Hi guys, welcome back for another episode of That's Smile with Tegan. Today it is so hot in England. I think it's like 22 degrees, which is quite hot for England. I feel like we're usually maybe the most we normally get is like 8 degrees most of the time. So it's very warm here, which is nice. I'm enjoying it. But I'm very aware that I won't be sitting in the car for long without air conditioning. So I'm not sure how long this episode is going to be. But I had a few things on my mind. And what I was thinking about lately is the fact that I'm not religious, but I've always said that I'm spiritual. And because I see dead people, or I think I see spirits. They could be dead people, I don't know. I don't know what kind of spirits they are, but I see them. And they've started to appear way more than usual, which is a bit scary. I've always seen them throughout my whole life, but when I was a child, they wouldn't really appear regularly. It'd be like once every few months, or like it was really irregular. Like I didn't really remember it much as a child, but now I practically see them daily. Like, and the thing is that I'm spiritual, and I see these people, but as soon as I acknowledge that I have seen them, they disappear. So what's really annoying is that I have to like act like they're not there to be able to see who it actually is. And a lot of the people that I see, I never see their face, I only see their features. So I see their like hair, colour, style, type, and then I see their clothing, and I see how tall they are. I can see everything but their face, basically, and it's all a blur because, like, as soon as I realise that they're gone because I clocked them, and like, as soon as I sense that they're there, they disappear. So I've never been able to see more than like 2 seconds of each person, or well, I don't even know if they are people, but like they look like people, so I think they are people. But I've only seen them each for like 2 or 3 seconds. And when I was younger, I did a tarot reading and like a psychic reading, and everyone that I meet that is psychic says that I have these like psychic powers that I just need to enhance, because I see these people and I feel like I can kind of communicate with them in the sense that if I speak it out into the universe, say like, give me a sign, or can you appear if this is what I should be doing, or like, when I talk things out into the universe, they answer me. But when I try and actually communicate directly with them, I don't get any answer or anything. But a lot of psychics and like mind readers and like people that do all that, they all say that I have the ability to do it. I just need to learn how to do it. But I just don't know how you're meant to learn to do that. Like, also, my hay fever started to kick in today because I was ill last week, maybe the week before, and I've been feeling fine. And then today, all of a sudden, my nose has started running so much again. And I think it's just because people started to cut their grass, so like, all of the pollen around me is just like really, really fucking strong. And I never had hay fever until last year, so I bought some, what they call antihistamines, because I feel like I'm gonna need it a lot this year. Because I can already feel my nose, and it's already, like, my eyes are like puffy and watering, so like, yeah. Anyway, I was saying, yeah, I see them, but I can't really connect with them. And every time I try to engage with them, they just disappear. But one thing that's really interesting is that when I was, I think probably in it was the year that we came out of lockdown for the first time, 2021 it must have been. And so, how long ago was that? 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, they started appearing a lot more. And they say that when they appear more, if it is someone that is your guardian angel, then they're there to protect you from what is to come or what's going to happen to you. But okay, before 4 years ago, I only saw them really at home, and I only saw them. I only saw them outside my house. So, like, if I was sat in the living room and I was looking out the window, I would see someone walk by quickly, and that was a spirit, or I would see like just a figure in the window, and I'd be like, oh. And it would scare me, and then I realised, oh no, it's a spirit. But then 4 years ago, for some reason, they decided that they're not gonna worry about my personal space anymore, and they're just gonna start coming closer and closer to me, which I don't mind, but it is kind of terrifying now, because I feel like I'm always being watched, or like, I'm always, like, I sense people really close to me, and then I look, or turn around and there's no one there. And it's the strangest feeling I've ever had. And I remember like it was yesterday, the day that my first spirit appeared away from home. And I was driving down this really long driveway for a riding centre with my friend in the car. And the driveway is pretty slow anyway, it's like 10 miles per hour, so I'm going pretty slow anyway. And we were driving down this really long track, and suddenly there was just a man in front of my car. So I broke really hard, and like we all kind of went forward, and then she was like, what happened? And I was like, oh, there was a guy. And then we were looking around for this guy, and there's no one there, and I was like, 100% there was a guy. And she was looking at me like I was crazy, and I was like, I swear there was a guy. Even now, I feel like I'm looking around because I can sense someone walking behind my car, but there's no one there. Like, I'm looking in the mirror, there's no one behind my car. There's no one there, but it feels like there is. And anyway, so these spirits started like appearing outside of the house, and they were getting a lot closer. So now, over the last 4 years, they proceeded to get a lot closer to me. And we've also had an addition of a cat, which is a strange one. I say that it's my mum's cat that died when she was younger, but she just thinks I'm a bit crazy. But there's so many times that I'm in the house and I see a cat, and then I get up and I'm like looking for this cat, because we have a lot of cats in our area, and on a hot day we leave our doors open or our windows open. So I think, oh, the cat might have come in, let me take it back outside. And I'll see this cat, and then it's just gone, and it's not there. And then when I just described the cat to my mum, she was like, oh, that sounds like my cat that I had when I was a child, and it died. And I was like, great. So now I got a cat that is with me as well. I also have, but I haven't deciphered everyone yet. I have an older man, which has been with me since I was young, who my dad thinks it might be my granddad, that I never met, but I don't know, because I don't think it looks like my granddad, but it could be my granddad, I don't know. I honestly don't know. And then recently I've had another woman. I haven't really seen her features yet. I haven't, like, she's so quick. Whenever I notice her, she's so quick to go. I haven't noticed enough to give like a description of what she might look like. But I know she has really long hair and she wears a dress, which again sounds terrifying, and it is, because when you're like going about your day-to-day life and then you randomly see this like spirit or person and they have proceeded to get closer and closer to me, to the point where I'm now kind of terrified that like one day I'm gonna open my eyes and there's just like a spirit right in front of me. And the day that happens, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I feel like I need to go see a psychic or someone that can understand, that can like actually talk to them, to ask them what's going on. Because I feel like they're here for a reason, and they're here either to guide me or to protect me. But I don't know. And like, I try talking to them, I try asking them questions, but I don't get any response or answers or anything back. So I don't really know what's going on. But I do enjoy having them. I feel like they are kind of, well, I was talking to my mum about it the other day, about religion and about like how different religions lead different things about the afterlife. And I'm not religious, I don't really think too much into it, but I like the idea that we are living in a different timeline to like, or you know, the best way to think about it is if you're a Marvel person and you know Doctor Strange, and the different time continuums and the timelines, and like you can jump to another timeline. I feel like that makes more sense in my head, because I feel like there's certain things that make me think that there is another version of me out there somewhere. Especially like when I get deja vu, or I just feel like I get very strong deja vu. Like I can travel to a new country and instantly recognise something and tell you exactly what it is, having never been there, never seen it, never known about it. And I just know these things, and I think I just think I've been here before. Like, I must have been here before. I haven't, but I must have, because I don't know how I know these things. So I do think that I've either lived a life before mine on this earth, or there's a different version of me out there which has a different life, which is doing different things. To me, that makes sense in my head. But I also like the religion of Buddhism the most, because I feel like the way that they speak about people and connection, and how, oh my god, I'm so hot, wait. I like how they talk about how after death it's like your body is returning back to its fuller form, and when we are born we are just like a droplet of ourselves that we are made to like evolve and get through the emotion, get through the evolution of our lifetime. And then when we die, that droplet goes back to the sea, and like, I don't know, I just like the mindset of it all, and like, the way that they explain things makes sense to me. So, I feel like if I was to join any religion, it would be Buddhism. But I'm not really religious, and I don't have enough belief to like believe in a religion, or I don't have enough faith, I think, that I'm just spiritual, because I feel like that's just the way that I was wired. But I would really like to be able to connect with my spiritual side more, and to understand and communicate with these people. Like, what are they doing here? what can I do for them? What are they doing for me? Like, do they have any messages for me? Or, I don't know. And, like, it's really hard to get a good psychic because I went to see a psychic, as I said, when I was 7. No, that's like, I was probably in my teenage years when I saw the first psychic. And she felt like a very genuine psychic, and like, she gave me a list of readings that would happen throughout my lifetime. And I think a lot of them have come true, whether that's through belief or like, whether because they're in my head I just made them true. But I don't know, there's many things that I think that she said that I still hope would become reality, and she said a lot of things about how my life would play out and what to expect, and so far those things have happened, so I kind of believe her. One thing that I really remember in my head was that she said that I have a lot of love in my body, I have a lot of love in my body to give, and not everyone is willing to receive it, but I will find my true partner. And she said my second relationship will be my forever relationship. And to be honest, I never really sort of thought about it that much, because I just think, like, when I find the one, I'll find the one. But I find it interesting how she, like, I don't know, I just kind of want to know whether it's true. I want to know whether my relationship is the revelation. I don't know, I'm just curious. I would like to know. But it's also like, because I had that knowledge, I could then just make it into reality. So, like, take everything with a pinch of salt, basically. But then I saw another psychic a few weeks ago, because we went to this market and she was just there. So I was like, okay, I'll do a reading. And instantly, I just thought she was like utter bullshit. Like, she just said random things that could relate to anyone. And I think that's when you could tell the difference between a genuine psychic and then a fortune teller. She was a fortune teller, but I wasn't a psychic. I'm someone that mentally tapped into this other realm of people, because I need to know why they're coming to me, because I don't know what to do with them. But yeah, this other fortune teller, she was so funny, because she was like, you're really happy, aren't you? You're so happy all the time, and you love horses. Bear in mind, I'm wearing horse clothes. She was like, you love horses, I can tell. I was like, yeah, I do. And she was like, everyone loves your smile and how genuine you are. And my head, she's just like, you could really say anything, couldn't you? You could just say anything. And then the one thing, the major thing that like made me very clear that this was not real is she said the same thing to me and the other person, but she was like, there's a boy that likes you and he has his eyes on you, and he's gonna tell you soon that he like has a thing for you. And as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, my soul. I was like, firstly, I don't want that. I don't want no man coming to me to tell me that he likes me. I really don't. I really don't want that for me. And then I just thought, like, that's just bullshit, because I feel like I don't really have many guys in my life. I have mostly women, and the guys that I have in my life are either in long-term relationships or like way older than me or way younger than me. So I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But thanks for the reading. And that was wasting my money, but thank you. But that's what I mean, there's a difference between psychic and fortune tellers. But I would like to find a good psychic, or mind reader, or whatever you want to call it, but someone that can help me with these spirits that I'm seeing, because I would like to be able to talk to them. I don't know, I just want to know more. Should I tell you about my most recent sighting of a spirit? I think my most recent have been... Where was I? I was telling you, where was I? Well, there was one yesterday at work, and there was one a few days ago where I sensed that there was someone just behind me, or like over my shoulder at work, and I heard a noise behind me, and I looked, no one there at all. That happened again. I looked immediately, no one there, and I was like, okay, it's a spirit. And then the third time it happened, I looked, and there was someone there, but it was a real person. It was an actual person. But my head was like, was that a spirit, or was that just like the person making a noise and I didn't see them? Which I mean, my office is very small. I would have seen the person behind me, but the first two times they weren't there. So I was like, could have been a spirit. And then the other time I can't remember if I was in the car or I was like sat somewhere with glass in front of me, and I kept seeing like this same guy walk past, but I think I was on my phone, so I wasn't like watching people walk past. I was like on my phone, and I could see in my peripheral vision this guy walking past. But then like he wouldn't walk one way and then back the same way. He was like going the same way each time, and it happened like 4 or 5 times. And then I clocked it, and I was like, that's the same person that's gone past like 4 times. And I was just like, oh, spirit, because like no person will be able to get past the window 4 times within like 30 seconds. So I was like, it's a spirit. And then when I saw him, because it was the guy, when I saw him go past and I looked up to see who it was, he was gone. Because as soon as I clock that it's a spirit, they disappear. Which is really strange. But I would like to know just why. But do you know what I have done though? I have set rules with my spirits. I've spoken it out into the universe, and I've told them that they're fine to come visit me. I enjoy the present. I enjoy their protection. I like what they're doing for me. But my rules are that they don't appear when I'm driving, when I'm sleeping, or when I'm riding, because those can cause dangerous actions. So I told them all, you can still come to me, but when I'm driving, leave me alone. When I'm sleeping, leave me alone. When I'm riding, leave me alone, because I don't want to deal with you then. So these are my rules for the spirits. And yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, like what I should do, or what I should try, or who I could contact, I don't know. Do you know what's that guy from America that does like celebrity medium readings? I can't remember his name, but I always wanted to go see him because I trust him, and I feel like his brain is wired the same as mine, but he just understands it more. So I would love to be on his show one day, but I'm not a celebrity, and I have no idea how much he costs to be able to actually get reading. But I can't remember his name, but he has a TV show as well. But I would love to see him, because I feel like he would immediately know who these people are and why they're here, so I don't know. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. And otherwise, I'm gonna go because it's getting very hot in this car, and I've got lots of work to do because we have an international in less than a month. So, my camera stopped recording, which means it is long enough. So, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you next week for another episode. Bye! It's so hot.